So, to better understand what this whole SEO keyword optimization stuff is, we got April in Alta. Link will be in the description. She explains how you can revamp your titles to get more views. I'm very interested to see what exactly is being shown here. So yeah, link will be in the description for her channel and this video.
If just 5 to 10 words determine the success of your next video, you'd want to get them right. And yet I see so many YouTubers sabotage themselves with bad titles. It happens all the time. They'll spend days working on a video and hours perfecting a thumbnail, only to treat the title as a mere afterthought. But your title is doing way more heavy lifting than you realize, to the point where a single title change can be enough to blow up a video. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes YouTubers make with their titles, and how to fix them. We'll start off with by far the most common title mistake that I see, which is not giving people a reason to click. Because here's the brutal truth. If people aren't clicking on your video, it's because you're not generating enough curiosity.
Okay. Yeah, and I think this approach, to be honest, you have to think of it as a sales position. I think that's where people get it wrong, including me. You have to really think about it in terms of sales. How am I going to sell this to someone?
Take this video from Anthony Chen, where he tries out different Filipino foods. Most people would title this video something along the lines of, I tried Filipino food, but look at what Anthony did instead. I flew 7,292 miles to eat here. Which title makes you more curious? The second one,
definitely the right
one.
It
makes you ask questions. Why did you fly so far to eat there? What kind of food do they serve? Was it worth it? These questions open a loop, and our brains hate unfinished thoughts, so we're driven to click on the video to learn the answer. If no one's clicking on your video, it's because your title doesn't open a strong enough loop.
I mean, yeah, so I think from that point, I think what is good to look at is, instead of telling people straightforward in the title what's happening, add a bit of mystery and curiosity. Don't lie, but don't tell the full story. And in a way, not telling the full story can lead to questions where they have to click on your video to find out.
How do you open stronger loops? Well, a lot of ways.
This actually already helped me a lot.
But this actually leads quite nicely into title.
Excuse me, what?
How do you open stronger loops? Well, a lot of ways. I'll put some up on screen to help.
Okay, I'm just seeing a lot of stuff. Regrets, extreme, ask a question, numbers, trend jacking. Okay, yeah, cool. So the more questions someone asks from your title, the better, I'm assuming from this point.
You get started. But this actually leads quite nicely into title mistake number 2, which is not using what's already been proven to work. Because you don't have to invent brand new ways of generating curiosity. Even the most successful YouTubers in the world don't pull titles out of thin air. Instead, they model proven formats, taking inspiration from titles that have already driven millions of views for either themselves or for others. How do you do that? Well, start by identifying outliers, or videos that have far outperformed a channel's view average. You can find these outliers by scrolling through different creators' video libraries and looking for uploads with significantly higher views than their surrounding videos. But to make it easier, I like using an outlier tool like Spotter Studio, especially when it comes to finding outliers within my own niche. Spotter Studio is also the sponsor of this video, but more on them later.
Nice, money.
Break the title down into its core underlying structure. Take this video from Colt Kerwin. This title can be broken down into the format, I took bold action for time frame. This is what happened. You can then apply that format to your own video. I woke up at 4 a.m. every day for a month.
Isn't it a little bit, it's a little bit like English language and literature, right? You're just kind of understanding, how do I best present this in a way that people want to watch this video? And it's a question I actually am thinking about right now. And I hope to apply this, to be honest, because you learn something and you fail to apply it consistently. You try it for the first week after you learn it, and then after that it fizzles away. I hope that, inshallah, this is something I keep in mind.
This is what happened. I tried 5 passive income streams for a year. This is what happened. You get the idea. So before you write a title, look for what's already working. Take the structure and make it your own. Mistake number 3 is using boring words in your title. Just one word or phrase.
I'm so privy to this.
Your title getting clicks and getting completely ignored.
Let's see what's the old one called?
Boring words in your title. Just one word.
How to change your life before 2025. I thought that title was pretty nice. I thought that was a pretty good title. Okay, yeah, look, I'm the old version. Maybe I am an old version. You can change your life in 6 months. Here is how. I mean, both titles are alright, to be honest, but the here's how with the colon is pretty cool, I guess.
Getting clicks and getting completely ignored. Take a look at these 2 titles from the same video. How to edit and film YouTube videos, how to edit and film cinematic videos like a pro. The first title.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, yeah. The second one's definitely more it's more unique. The first one is very standard, and you've probably, if you search that title, you'll find 100,000 videos just like that.
The title is vague and uninspiring. It tells you what the video is about, but it doesn't give you a compelling reason to click. The second, with just a few words,
It fits the thumbnail as well.
Valuable, high quality, and worth watching. That's the power of power words. Specific words that make your title more intriguing without changing its meaning. Here are 4 categories of power words that can instantly level up a title: emotional power words, authority power words, urgency power words, and exclusivity power words.
And just taking this advice from April in here, and big shout out to her. This is very informative. I need to add more power words into my titles. There are a lot of titles that I've made that are just generally, they're boring because I'm just explicitly saying what the video's about, and I'm not adding anything interesting and makes you want to watch it, to be honest, other than the fact that it is literally what the video is about.
But here's the real secret. Every niche has its own power words that are particularly effective in driving clicks. In the finance niche, you'll often see words like broke, millionaire, and passive income. In the fitness niche, you'll see shredded, transformation, and fat burning. To find yours, scroll through the top performing videos in your niche and look for patterns. You'll start seeing the same words over and over again. And if you want to cheat, Starter Studio's Power Up feature can instantly generate titles using niche-specific power words for you, using data from over 30 million views to identify words or phrases that have outperformed within your niche. If you find a title you like, Starter Studio makes it incredibly easy to continue the ideation process. You can use the rephrase feature to rewrite your title in creative ways, the shorten feature to simplify it, or if you're looking for a complete refresh, the explode feature reframes your title using different techniques and angles. To try out those and countless other features, click the link in the description below to try out Starter Studio.
And it's important not to, I think the big difference here that I've made before the mistake is that when you first try to get into it, you start to over exaggerate and your thumbnail and title literally doesn't reflect the video itself. So you need to make sure that it's not clickbait.
Video for free for 14
that gets
days.
you,
Thank you so much to Starter
doesn't
Studio
get you
for
far.
sponsoring this video. Mistake number
Gets
4
you
is
more
being
hate.
too wordy in your titles. It's important to remember that your title isn't viewed in a vacuum. It's surrounded by dozens of other videos, each competing for attention.
That's
and if your
important.
title takes long to process, your viewers' eyes will instantly be drawn to a title with a faster intake speed. I'll show you what I mean. Take a look at these 2 titles. Which one is your eye drawn to? For most people, it's this one, simply because it's easier to read.
True.
Ideally, you want to keep your title under 55 characters, but longer titles can work as long as you structure them effectively. Word order in YouTube matters. Because people don't read word for word, they skim. Compare these 2 variations of the same title. In the first variation, someone skimming might not even realize what the video is about.
Yeah,
and on
true.
some devices, YouTube will
Oh
cut
my
off
God,
the second
I'm
half with a ... leaving out the most
I wasn't too sure how much of this I would relate to. I did trust April in because her content is very good. But this is way more informative and relatable than I thought. Wow.
curiosity evoking.
So you have to actually just think about, okay, when I make this video and I look at this title, how much more can I make it clickable and more interesting and eye-catching in a short amount of time as possible, knowing that there's like 10 different videos in the same space. How do I make mine the quickest to look at and understand, and also make you want to find out more?
Front load the most important
I
words
never
of your
really
title,
thought
and
about
make
it like
sure
that.
the core message of your title is clear, even as someone who only catches the first half. And finally, title mistake number 5 is sticking with a title that's not working. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, a title just doesn't perform. And that's okay, but you need to be willing to change it. Big creators do this all the time, and I mean all the time. How do you know if a title needs to be changed? Monitor your click-through rate, or CTR, and your impressions. If they're both lower than average in the first 24 hours, there's something about your title and thumbnail that's not resonating.
Oh my God, even just now I'm just thinking about the title of this video. Oh my God. She's literally changing my perspective on this.
And your impressions. If they're both lower than average in the first 24 hours, there's something about your title and thumbnail that's not resonating.
Okay.
Which variable you change is up to you, but it's much easier to make a title change than it is to make a thumbnail change. If your CTR and impressions are average, hold off on changing anything until after the window where your videos typically start gaining traction. For some channels, that's 2 days after upload. For others, it can take up to a week or more. My own videos tend to start picking up around day 8 to 10, so I hold off on making any major changes until after that. If you're not sure what your own pattern is, go into YouTube Studio, check the gray typical in this period view range, and look for where it changes slope. You won't always see an immediate impact after changing a title. Sometimes it can take up to a week or more to see results. But either way, it's worth doing, because sometimes all your video needs to blow up is the right title. And look, if you're watching this video and realizing that you are making one or more of these title mistakes, that's great, because that means that you're showing up, you're seeking out ways to improve, and you're making the effort to learn. This whole YouTube thing is hard. The deeper you go and the more videos that you watch, the more you realize just how much there is to get better at. But you don't have to make all the changes all at once. Pick one mistake to correct, one micro adjustment to make at a time, and one day you'll look back and realize just how far you've come.
Yeah, definitely. It is like what Mr. Beast said of finding one thing to improve every single video, whether it's about the video itself, whether it's about the packaging, or the editing aspect. Try to improve at least one thing every time, and you'll get a lot better than if you just kind of try to stroll your way past 6 months, 6 to 12 months of making content. Every video, if you try and improve it, you'll find that it's actually a journey as opposed to just trying to cruise through time.
If you like this video and want to continue your YouTube educational journey,
Very, very good video. I'm going to leave a like on it, and make sure you guys check out the videos. It's great. Make sure you check out the channel. It's amazing. I'm just trying to see if there's anything in the comments. Well, yeah, nothing really. There's just a bunch of sort of people relaying. And yeah, this is very relatable. I understand this a lot, and we'll try to apply this. And if you're a small channel, let me know. If you're going to start doing this, what things are you going to start implementing? What things haven't you been doing? And hopefully we can all improve. Big shout out.